let's do it. Jimmy's here.
What's up?
Sunday, June 12th. Right off the bat, we're going to talk about UFC 131, Dos Santos versus Carwin. But before we get into that, let's talk about Sam Stout. Why that man has some hands of stone, because he used those mugs last night like a mason and had, what's that boy's name?
Yves Edwards.
Boy.
Wow.
I call him a boy.
That 8-year-old man's
the
here.
black man can call people boy. But Yves Lorenz or whatever, or Yves Saint Laurent, I don't know, motherfucker. But he was like,
Edwards.
He's been watching the fashion
He
channel.
was doing the Cabbage Patch. He was out.
No, he was doing the Matt Lindland.
Now, I wouldn't fight this guy, but I would fight him when he was knocked out like that on his back. But I wouldn't fight him just regular if he was.
Yeah, that was a good left hand.
Yes.
Anyway, he got knocked out of the night and got a bonus.
Yes, he did get a bonus. Now, moving on to the main event, or the fights on the main card, there was, I didn't get to witness this fight, so you guys are going to have to tell me about this, Donald.
Cerrone.
Yeah.
He just kicked the shit out of Rocha all around the ring.
Yeah, he outclassed that guy.
And then the best part about it was at the end of the fight, Donald is sitting there and he goes, "Yeah, I didn't fight my fight." Joe Rogan goes, "You didn't fight your fight? What does that mean?" "Yeah, I fought to not lose. I didn't fight to win." And Greg Jackson went, "Oh,
My strategy's out." Shit, why is anybody going to pay?
oops."
He did say that?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Greg Jackson was in his corner.
Yeah.
Now, the thing I got a kick out of in the third round, he told Cerrone to go out there, double jab, kick low, and then as soon as he drops his left hand, head kick. Cerrone did nothing.
Right.
He told him everything to do. Cerrone did absolutely the opposite.
He just kept coming forward.
Yeah, and he was way more aggressive for it. He was not your typical Greg Jackson fighter. He
Right.
kept coming forward, kept pressing action, because this guy couldn't hurt him. Like in between the third round, Jackson goes, "What's Rocha got?" And Cerrone goes, "Nothing."
Jesus Christ.
And he goes, "He's actually got our overhand right."
So then let me
get
ask this, how long, because I didn't see the fight.
all 3 rounds. Unanimous decision.
This guy Rocha, how long do you see him being in the UFC?
About 10 more
When
minutes.
he said nothing, he doesn't even have a job. Yeah, that includes a job.
Wow, are you serious?
No, I don't know if he's been cut yet, but he's a BJJ guy who can't take you down, which is bad. These
We don't want to
guys.
see somebody lay in another man's guard. I mean,
And
Right.
what Dos Santos said at the end of his fight after he won, he's like, "I'm training wrestling."
Right.
And that's what he said with a big shit-eating grin. All you fucking Brazilian guys who have the jiu-jitsu, start training wrestling.
Right.
Because this guy right here is the reason most of y'all motherfuckers are going to get cut, because he couldn't get a takedown. He was
Right.
trying to pull guard. He was like, "No.
So
You better have stand-up. If you don't have fucking takedowns, you better have
better
stand-up."
throw hands.
Huh. Now, moving on to a more exciting fight, which got fight of the night, and that was Dynamo versus Herman. Okay, I don't know if any of you guys got to witness this shit, but this was like these two big giants were fighting over the last chicken bone.
Frankenstein's monster against Frankenstein. I mean, Dynamo looks fucking horrible.
Shit was great.
They were like throwing. You didn't know who was going
Back and forth.
Right.
Back and forth.
Bam, boom, and shit from there. And just landing shit. One would get fucking dizzy and off his feet, and then the other one would come back and throw some shit.
That shit
I was waiting for somebody to get hit with a bottle.
Right. It was like a bar fight. Now, at one point, before we started taping, you said, "How did he get fight of the night?" And I started, just checking to see.
How did he get fight of the night? This shit was terrible.
Oh.
In my opinion,
Jimmy,
because it
what
was
the
sloppy.
fuck was George watching?
Okay.
Both of them, stop. Just shut up.
Right.
Both of them had no cardio.
Uh-huh.
Dave Herman has the head movement of a fucking statue.
Right.
He's like, "Hey, hit me right here because I'm not moving my head." Like, okay, it's good from that perspective of the casual MMA fan. This is the way to bring people in. But I mean, it was slop. I don't want to see in the second round, "Look, you need to lean on me because if you don't, I'm going to fall over." Okay, but you better lean on me too, because if we don't, we both going to fall over. It was terrible.
You're breathing on me, okay?
Okay. It was terrible.
Look,
I will agree from a technical standpoint, it was terrible. But
Right.
let me tell you, was it a good fight to watch?
Yes.
Of course. I want to see guys throw punches. I want to see guys go back and forth, get knocked down.
Then
I
go
don't
watch
fucking
boxing.
care.
Well, boxing that doesn't happen in boxing.
They don't have it anymore. I want
Right.
to see tough man fights.
Right.
It's exciting.
People to some degree turn on, and pay all this money to see entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's like, seriously, okay, this is bottom line. If a fight breaks out in the bar, are you gonna go, "You know what, this is gonna be a sloppy fight, I'm gonna walk down the street"?
No, I'm gonna put my back in the corner, hope I don't get hit.
Right. So I mean, to some degree, it was entertaining. Obviously, Dane and the rest of the crew, I actually thought the same thing that Jimmy and I thought. They thought that shit was entertaining enough to get.
I mean, I don't want to see them as like the main events, and I definitely don't want to see them as the top fights. But let me tell you, stack the fucking card on the undercard with these type of fights. It's exciting.
Yeah,
and it's the only fight that got finished on the main card.
And we saw that for a while. All this past year with Strikeforce, just a bunch of fighters being aggressive, so it made for good fights. Now, the next fight was Munoz versus Maia, which. Go ahead.
I don't see which judge had this 30-27 because Munoz flat out lost the first round.
This judge.
He basically.
I mean, the other two judges, in my opinion, had it right.
29-28. What happened? So I mean, I don't see how it went like that. I mean, the other two judges had it 29-28.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was funny because both of these guys, one is great at BJJ, one is a great wrestler, but you never saw it go to the ground. Maybe that was because they had a tremendous amount of respect.
I'll give Maia a shout. I mean, his stand-up game has improved 100% from the last time we had seen him. He was never had any stand-up. He hit Munoz with some good shots in the first round.
Yeah, and at one point rocked him, and I thought, oh shit, it could go the other way.
Now,
okay.
Does Munoz stand a chance against Anderson Silva? Because that's what he says.
Okay, the next fight of the night was Kenny Florian versus Diego Nunes. Because I'm worried about you, man.
No, I'm not. No, I'm asking you a question.
He's reading quotes.
I'm asking you a question.
That's what he said.
I did my journalistic research.
Right.
And Munoz says, I think I proved.
Is journalistic? Is that a word, man?
It sounds good enough.
Are any of them gonna know?
That's true. Yeah. Okay. Shit. So you're in a. You're looking at me. Look at me serious. Give me serious.
Seriously.
Okay.
Does Mark Munoz stand a chance against Anderson Silva?
All right, let me think about this. Fuck no.
Why?
Because I said fuck no. But actually,
let me
think about this again. I think fuck no. What do you think?
I would say no.
Yeah. Should I not said fuck no? Should I just said no?
I mean,
the dude can take a punch. He can throw a punch.
Yeah, but
he can avoid a takedown, which with Anderson Silva you're not going to worry about. Now I understand Anderson Silva is the most elite striker in the world.
Right.
I mean, he's got pin. I mean, he can punch a gnat in its ass.
Right.
But I mean.
Just Anderson Silva has so much length on him, and it's not just it's the knees and the feet upside your head and elbows and pulling out a tooth and throwing like a fucking Chinese fighting star. He just does all that shit.
What fight was that in?
I don't know.
That was in the
It's on YouTube
fight.
though.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Right. Yeah. But
X-Men movie was good, by the way.
Did you see?
Yeah.
I didn't see it yet.
Good
you
stuff.
need to
Check
see
it out.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good?
Yeah, being a comic book head, you
Yeah.
need to go see it.
I gotta go check this out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't see it.
Florian's debut at $1.45.
I mean, okay, what were you? I mean,
all in all,
he did what he had to do.
Impressive.
Yeah. I mean, but I will say this: Diego Nunes. I don't know
if that shit went one more round. After that right hand, that motherfucker put Ben Stiller on his knee.
Right.
Talking about meet the fuckers, that motherfucker got fucked up. I just got a problem with Kenny Florian walking into the 145-pound weight class, fighting one fight, and now he's going to go fight for the belt. Jimmy says, because he's got the most name record.
Absolutely.
But there's so many other guys at 145 who have paid their dues and put in work.
That's the way the world works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go to any office in America.
Yeah,
that's why our world is fucked up.
No, the thing is this: when you have a business, which the Fertittas and Dana White have, you want to do the most marketable fights.
Oh, I understand.
So I mean, he's going to say, he's going,
Doesn't make it right.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right.
Now,
but it makes it right for that motherfucker's wallet.
Yeah,
that's just going.
Like they need more money.
Yeah.
They're fucking putting an event out every 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Us like the sheep we are. Okay, bye. I'll go to the bar and pay $100. Bye.
The bar I went to was only $5 cover.
How many drinks did you have?
Yeah, that's another story.
Yeah, that's the problem. Because I bet you had enough to cover the card and dinner.
Actually, I did.
You did?
I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Impressive. Now, speaking of other amazing things, one of the things that was mentioned last night on the card, and I'm not sure if you heard it, they're talking about introducing the 125 weight class to the UFC.
Is that for meth heads?
Dude, I don't fucking wow.
Because there's a lot.
We know a few.
We know a few that can get down there to that class.
Can you imagine how small they're going to be?
Would I get coach?
5'2". They're going to be ex-racing jockeys.
Right.
It's going to be all these
scratched up when it gets in the ring.
Stop scratching, nigga, and go in there and beat the fuck out of like a
125.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Actually, or it's going to be midgets fighting.
Yeah.
Hey, It's all about entertainment, right? We were just talking about marketability.
That shit would be. I'm gonna tell you what.
If they have UFC midget shorty, I'll watch that.
Look, I'm gonna tell you
A house full of midgets. I'd watch that before.
We were talking, everybody, about now. This is actually probably gone up above what we were talking about. We were talking about actually if they had, because a guy on our comment board mentioned that if they had the house tough and they had women, that'd be a good way. And I thought that was a great point. Like if they entered, and George said he wouldn't.
Be a house full of fucking tampons and maxi pads and a bunch of whiny bitches. Shut the
booze and fighting. There you go.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you the first cat fight.
How many women have you seen in the MMA that you want to see in a fucking bikini? You can count them right here. One. Her name's Gina. Her last name's
the thing is if you saw
that bitch is pregnant.
Allegedly,
yes. Yeah. But now saying that, we would see, just like when Tough was first introduced, we'd see a lot of new female fighters, right?
It could be, it could be a new breed of fighter.
It could be a new breed fighter. Yeah. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what.
One that looks like Chris Lieben.
Wow, that would be scary as shit. But I tell you what, if she was knocking girls out in the house, you'd be like this, I'm watching the girl Chris Lieben fight tonight. You know what I'm saying? Or if there was a cat fight and a titty popped out and the screen went blank, you would be like this, Kevin, I got to get home because Tough for the Women is coming on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
So, in other words, if you didn't have Tough for the Women, would you watch Midget Tough?
Hell yeah.
I would be all over Midget Tough, shorty.
What if they did one religion against the other religion?
And that just have a 95-pound class. Because that's how much it must weigh.
Gotta shrink the ring, though.
How much it weigh?
It depends.
That's a question for you motherfuckers out there on the comment board.
They're people. They weigh differently.
What is the range?
Standard.
I know I'm going to get stolen my nuts by a midget for making a stupid comment.
No, that'd be headbutted.
But,
okay, let's try to.
That'd be headbutted.
Yeah, let's try to finish this. There's one fight left in UFC 131.
Okay.
Is that an illegal blow or not?
I'm sorry, man. We're just fucking the show all up, man. We're just axing this shit up today. Axing this shit up. Now, let's go to the main event. The main event. What was it? It was Dos Santos versus Shane Carwin. And I'm going to tell you what, right now.
Motherfucking Shane Carwin's face looked like fucking 3 pounds of hamburger.
Yeah, that was some shit out of Silence of the Lambs.
He had a big ass gash here, big ass. He had 3 deep cuts and a broken nose. Hats off to you for finishing the fight, young man.
Yeah.
Now, that's tough, man.
He is. I mean, the one thing that Shane Carwin proved to everybody is that
torn bicep.
Yeah, it is a pretty nasty torn bicep he has. But he did prove to everybody that he is tough as shit. But Dos Santos proved that he's ready for Cain Velasquez.
Oh yeah.
Because that guy
wrestling.
He's trained wrestling. He used his length, used the jab that looked really good, looked really effective. He created no openings when he threw a punch. Shit was protecting his chin all the time.
He's quick for his size.
Yep, he just got in and he moved out. He stuck and moved. One of the first things you learn when you box, stick and move, stick and move. He's stuck.
And he's taller and bigger than fucking Cain.
Yeah. Dos Santos is a big guy. A lot of people don't realize how big he is. Like when he was in the house with Brock, I'm like, he looks big as Brock. I mean, bigger maybe, you know, in a sense lengthier, you know. So, but he, you know.
So who do you give the edge to in a Cain Velasquez Dos Santos matchup? And how would you see the fight going down?
I've got to give the edge to Santos, and I mean he's got heavy hands, and
yeah.
I think that you know it'd be a stand-up fight, and I think he would maybe finish him, you know, with strikes.
I tell you the one thing.
The
thing is with I do say with Velasquez though, Velasquez proved to me when he fought. I was just so impressed with how good of a fucking wrestler Velasquez is. Like he was handling Brock Lesnar, like that to me was like. I just was floored by that. I never thought he was that good of a wrestler.
Do you see him shooting in and trying to take down Dos Santos? Because I'm guessing Santos is not going to try to take him down. He's going to literally be happy standing and banging.
I'd say because of his length, if he could do that jab, which I'm sure by the time they fight, it'll only be better because it improves so much from the last time he fought when he fought what's dude that comes out to I Am Fat?
Nelson?
Yeah, remember he fought Nelson. He had a lot of openings, and Nelson called him a couple times. You saw none of that last night. But I do think that if he creates that distance and keeps him off balance with that jab, Velasquez is going to get aggressive and shoot in and try to ground and pound. Wouldn't you think that?
I think Velasquez would keep it standing.
You do?
Just because of Santos' jiu-jitsu background.
Yeah.
I honestly think that could turn into a fucking serious boxing match.
That's going to be a really good fight. It's a great matchup.
Hopefully, I mean, what are we in June now? So maybe by December we have that fight.
Because maybe the New Year's card.
Because you have to look at it. Velasquez hadn't fought. He tore his rotator cuff against Brock and hasn't fought. So he could literally go in rusty and get waxed.
Yeah.
And then have to get a rematch.
Which sucks because you always want to see people at their best. You know what I mean? And believe me, if that happens, if he does get waxed, everybody's going to raise the question. Well, he's just getting back to training and shit. Anyway, enough of that bullshit. Let's talk about what's going to happen on Versus UFC Live on June 26th.
You're going to get to see Nate Marquardt debut at $170, which should be interesting because I heard he's the first amputee fighter.
What?
How else did he get down to fucking 170?
I'm like, I thought you were being serious, man. I'm like, what? I'm like, he's fighting Rick Story, man. Am I getting his arms cut off and shit? Huh?
Amputee fighting.
Now he's gonna fight Rick Story.
Good luck.
Rick Story
We just watched him fight.
Yeah. Rick Story looks like one of those white boys that rolled out of the bar. Huh?
He's gonna bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming forward.
He is. He's gonna. Who do you have winning that fight?
I don't know. It depends on how the cut went. I mean, if he had that Kenny Florian, if Marquardt cut the weight like Florian did and comes out with all the energy and doesn't look bad, but I mean, I haven't been impressed with Nate Marquardt. He doesn't know.
Yeah, I mean, 2
I'd
years
rather
ago.
see Story win.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rick Story on that fight. I think Rick Story will win the fight.
I mean, it's a great thing. It's going to be on a Sunday. It's the week before the Faber Cruz rematch, which is going to be July 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a nice little teaser. I mean, I
Right.
think we get a week off of MMA, which would be fucking great.
Right, because every weekend
Jesus.
has been MMA. Now, getting off the subject of MMA.
And on to what?
Boop.
Oh, there's more
Because you
sports?
know I got skills, shorty.
Do we need to replay that old man dunking on you?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Jesus.
What you laughing at, Jim? Anyway,
I'm just surprised we're talking about another sport. Do they fight in this sport?
we're not talking about sports. We're talking about what we always do on Uncut
I heard
Sport.
people are
fucked up rumors.
I heard they're fighting LeBron's girl's vagina.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Slander Bedford. No, I'm just joking. George, he would never say anything like this. Well, that's what Rumorville has it.
There's two big rumors surrounding LeBron. One, the first rumor is people are stopping by his girlfriend's vagina like it's a truck stop. Second rumor is that Jason Terry's talking more shit than a backed up toilet, and it's getting in LeBron's head. Talking about, yeah, everyone's fucking your girl, and when they're not fucking their girl, they're fucking your mama. Because the rumor, what was it, 2 years ago in the playoffs when he disappeared, is Delonte West was running a train on his mom with three African of his cousins, just beating that shit up like a drum.
Wow.
That's what I heard.
Oh my God.
And I'm a LeBron fan, but
Yeah.
right now you pull a fucking Harry Houdini in the playoffs like this again, fuck you.
That's the way to stop him.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Evidently.
obviously, I'm going to tell you what, I have to admit, if someone was talking the shit that Jason Terry is supposedly talking, and
I'd punch him right in his
if what
motherfucking
is
mouth.
really going on with his girlfriend, Rashard Lewis, I'm sure it's a major distraction. And if you're getting ready to try to shoot a
What?
three-pointer from behind the arc, and he's talking about someone stroking your mom, which is fucked up.
If that is the case, why doesn't Miami send in one of those goons they got on their bench and just rough that cat up?
I mean, Jason Terry is
come on.
straight like a cricket.
Do the
shooter.
John Chaney.
With a headband, that is.
Do the John Chaney. Do the Chaney.
Do the Chaney.
I mean,
Do the
seriously,
Chaney.
goon it up.
Goon it up, yeah.
And for all y'all who haven't seen it, fucking while you're on YouTube, after you watch this, type in "Do the Bernie." This shit is hilarious.
Now, speaking of basketball players gooning up, Dominique Wilkins.
Who's Dominique Wilkins?
See, I know you probably don't know who Dominique Wilkins is. Cause
Now he's got a mean right hand.
Dominique Wilkins has made his MMA debut, but it
heard
wasn't
he's
in the
fighting
cage.
Herschel Walker.
It was actually in the stands because this guy Rashawn McKell, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that shit right. And if I did, it's a fucking miracle. But Rashawn McKell actually as sells suits, and he owed.
Taylor.
I guess Dominique Wilkins owed the money, and he rolled up in the stands like, "Yeah, nigga, you gonna pay for them suits or what?" And Dominique was like, "Nah, I don't think so." Yoked him like this, kept the distance with his 8-foot-long spider monkey arms, and stole him while TMZ was like, got it on camera. Dominique Wilkins, man. I'd like to see him fight Czech Congo. What do you think?
Congo's getting ready to fight.
Yeah.
Pat Barry.
Oh, Pat Barry.
Yeah, Jimmy came up.
Not to be mixed up with Rick Barry or John Barry or Bruce Barry or whatever Barry.
Jimmy came up with a great match.
Who?
Sokoju versus Congo for the Blood Diamonds.
Blood diamond match, man. Make sure the
That could
lights,
be good.
Make sure the lights are on.
Yeah. They both be sweating coffee. And on that note, we're going to end this lovely show.
Nothing else to talk about?
What else do we think? I mean,
Hockey
the
finals
series-
are almost over. That's about it.
Yep, Vancouver. So as we're taping, and tonight it could possibly end.
Mavs can
And-
win it.
Yeah.
You know what? Just fucking win it, because LeBron.
Yeah,
I mean,
Dirk has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Truly. In the
And
fourth quarter,
And then you know what? Like when
awesome.
Dwayne Wade, and here's a chance for Dirk to, in my opinion, to show a good side of your personality. Instead, you came across, in my opinion, as a whiny bitch. Because I think because Dwayne Wade and LeBron came into Game 5 going acting like they were sick. Dude, Dirk, you should have just rolled with it. They were just having fun. Relax. Calm down. All they're saying is
he didn't even need to address it. He's addressed it with his play.
I would just been like,
He says, that's undignified, not very classy. Shut the fuck up.
He should have said, wait, why are you teasing me when you leave the arena in a wheelchair for your ankle sprain? Because that mug got rolled down in a wheelchair, shorty. And he's not Ironside or any of them motherfucking.
Dude, I'd have cracked the joke on LeBron and be like, let's talk about how many points we scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Dude,
let's talk about who smoked your girlfriend last night.
We saw Hans Gruber yesterday.
Who?
Hans Gruber, man.
Who's Hans Gruber?
Y'all tell him who Hans Gruber is.
Huh? Who's Hans Gruber?